All right, guys, welcome back to today. We're going to do X issue number 8 from Dark Horse Comics, and it's starring Ghost. Ghost is a favorite of mine, and nice cover, by the way. There's only one problem with this book, and that is I didn't really like it, not because of the visuals of the action, but of the story. The story is it just throws me a little bit off, as if it shouldn't be in this book somehow, if that makes any sense. Well, you know what? We're gonna go through the book, and we're gonna talk about this. So this is more like a small recap when DeMarco here is being hunted by X, and he's flying away with his chopper and his pilots, and these guys know that the X is hunting him, and then a little bit later. He is making a crash landing on this, I believe, some kind of an oil platform or an offshore something. I like that Ghost is here to down, And so it's by Stephen Grant, Haley and Tom Simmons, and a lot of other people. So the helicopter is crashing, and DeMarco is just crawling out, completely in fear. Talk about the ex-killer that was on board, and then we meet with the boss of this offshore platform. It's called Coven, base commander. Secretarius told me you might be popping up. I don't know what Secretarius is. Is that maybe an organization? Anyway, so basically he tells the story that he's been, hunted by the X, right? And so the pilot is dead, and he's been escorted off to a safer place. And then Ghost comes in. So I say, okay, cool, Ghost. So Ghost is infiltrating this base here, and she's looking for the Marcos. And we have also a talk about McCready that we have seen in the X books. He's an important player, it seems. So the reason that she is, after the Marcos here, because she thinks that he is the one that ordered her death. I mean, she was a reporter. And we have, I don't know, he was a congressman, and this is his wife or lover. And it seems that Ghost, in her, before she died, is a reporter like Lois Lane. And she says, hey, can I talk about your husband? Can I speak for you a moment? But then the wife says, hey, I don't think you belong here, whoever you are. And she's been thrown out. All right. With a snap of his fingers. Ads. And she has a photo of them. And the narrative tells more like a story of different kind of lines and then put them all together. And it feels like it's not really flowing for me. I mean, you can pause the video and try to read it if you want. But, there's something like... waiting to be ordered and shaped like distant stars. It feels very, over dramatic, if you will. And it doesn't really line up with the things that I'm seeing here on paper. Because Coven is, like I said, not really interrogating, but more like, asking him, hey, you were the one crawling out. Where is his body? If he was there, talking about X. Now, I'm also not sure why this man is here on this oil platform or this offshore platform. It's not really clear to me what he's doing here and what her function is here. I mean, she's part of an evil organization. I have no clue. And only that he was funding for this place, and she appreciates that. But then she's getting a call from her, underlings that they are having some kind of a heat signature, but there is nobody there. And it seems that this, whatever it is, walking through walls. So Ghost comes in and, goes to, some kind of computer terminal. And it seems that this is a recorded message. And it says, enjoy your new post, Coven. Official drilling for offshore oil. Please keep up the appearance. The Justice Department doesn't want press or anyone else getting wind of the third ear project yet. All right, that piques my interest because I want to know what that is, right? But then it says, Your mission is to identify and monitor all target prime activity in Arcadia area. It's been a hotbed of stuff. The ex-killer could be one of them, but don't consider him a priority. We have other operatives on him. And so they are witnessing a monster, something called the Scream, and Ghost, who appears to be a woman. So, all right, she's been discovered and being shot at. So these screens are being shot while she's becoming intangible, and she just walks like through them, like a ghost. I like that, but then she touching, I believe, some kind of a beam or structure that holds this place together, and because I don't know, weaken the structural integrity, I guess, because the whole thing's collapsing and they are trapped, or there's a lot of damage. Anyway, so this guy's reporting to Coven. Ghost, we're compromised. Call a red alert, capture her, or we have to scrap the base. And who wants you dead? And so he's gone. So he's running, maybe running for his life. So Coven is, behind her. But again, with the narrative, it really started to bug me because she has seen no other ghosts. We want to know where they are, where they go, why she hasn't gone there. Or is she oblivious to them and obsessed with the living? Do the dead watch her from beyond her narrow view and laugh? Or she sometimes thinks she hears laughter and she clings to what now passes for life. Life is public, out in the open, no matter how the living try to hide. Perhaps death is a private thing that can be shared, only given and received. You know what I mean? It's just, dude, what are you talking about? What is this? What is this mumbo jumbo? What is this nonsense? I mean, this is not really how Ghost talks, in my opinion. Yes, she has some kind of a thoughts about the afterlife of the person, or maybe an organization that wants her dead. As we've seen in the last issue of Ghost, she's been haunted by, I don't know, bounty hunters, I guess. And we're getting drip feeding of stories. But here is just, you're not Shakespeare or Dante. Or the writer from Dante's Inferno, I mean. Anyway, Coven, pulls a gun on her and says, "Hey, don't make me kill you, dude. What are you gonna do?" So they're having a fight, right? And as you can see, Coven can do nothing, and the narrative is with the dramatic tone is still keep going, and then at some point I just drone out whatever the writer puts in here because it's not really pleasant to read, in my opinion. If life is wrong and death is wrong, then everything is wrong. And where's the sense in that? That it's not really. Come on, you can do hours of stuff like that. Anyway, so she pulls a gun again, and she says, "I'm tired. I'm tired of this." And she's pulling her gun into this flammable container. But there is some narrative that could be interesting. The wife, the woman in the pictures, McGrady hasn't touched her in months. That's the red hair woman, I guess. Even before that, she has affairs. So basically, McGrady McGrady likes to control people, and basically hitting her. And it seems that in a diary somewhere, McGrady wants to get rid of a woman because she is, doing stuff that he doesn't want to do. So Ghost then assumes that McGrady is the one that pulled the trigger, maybe because she was a little bit too snoopy in her affairs, a little bit too nosy, I guess, right? And that's why she is hunting, this guy. All right, so she shoots and the container blows up, and then she meets DeMarco. So I was saying McGrady, but I mean DeMarco. DeMarco, she remembers the name vaguely. She wonders if he can make it all make sense. Or is he another splintered path leading into darkness? She tried all the truth. All she wants to know are facts. She wants to know who to kill and be done with it. And she says, "I know why you had Eliza Cameron killed." And that's her, by the way, but of course she doesn't say that. She wants to get the bottom of things in the abyss of certainty. But then he says, well, you're not him. Who are you? And then she realizes that this guy knows nothing. It's just a waste. It was all a waste. You don't know nothing. But his face, she can tell he's never heard of her. Would he order a nameless hit? Capable of it? She sees that. Or did someone else murder her? And then he says, ha ha ha, you're not him. And then, I don't know, since he's maybe loosened some change here, this, whatever this is, in the shape of an X, is falling down. And yeah, you probably know, yeah, he's dead. Or he's as good as dead. And he says, X, doesn't he know who I am? Sure, you're not a dead politician. All right, so the cops come in, or, the guards, and she's disappearing. And so they say, the X-Skeller got him. Weird. But she wasn't. The X-Skeller is a guy, isn't he? All right, so it seems that this woman survived this explosion, which, yeah, right. And they all need to go off board. It's not, get out of here before everything explodes. And then she looks with intense hatred towards ghosts. So yeah, she's probably come back for revenge, etc. And then she just walks away. And it was an oil platform. So okay, I was right about that. So she goes back to her sanctuary, in the graveyard. And then X is here. We need an understanding. DeMarco's dead, he says. By accident, I marked him. He died. No accident. Coincidence. I found his name in a diary. Things happen and had nothing to do with you. His death unbalanced the power structure in Arcadia. War's coming. Stay out of it. I am not interested in... My interests are narrow these days. Why is it so important to you? You're too gullible. McCready didn't keep a diary. All right. So that means maybe someone set him up. Who knows? But, this is a prelude to a war. So we're probably going to see what's happened next. So, okay, what is my gripe with this? Well, my gripe with this is I know this is X starring ghosts, but X was not in it. I mean, why is this a X book with ghosts instead of, you could told of this story in a ghost book? That is maybe some crossover between, X and Ghost. Because I want to see X. And X was only here in the last page. And I don't mean this particular thing, what happened here, right? I want to see him doing stuff like this, which is really cool. People falling. Yeah, so that was a little bit disappointing. The narrative just really pulls me out with all this. It's not really Shakespearean dialogue. I know that, but you know what I mean. This is not who Ghost is. She doesn't think or talk like that. I mean, if you are, in some kind of a war zone and people try to kill you, you don't think about, yeah. Last week, when I was sitting in a bar, there was a woman across from me. She's smoking a cigarette, and she looks at me with very devious eyes. I wonder what she is up to tonight. That's how it feels. And that took me out of it. So, unfortunately, I didn't like it much, except for the art. So we're going to see what's happened in the War for Arcadia that starts here in issue number 9. We're going to see where this is going, guys. Stick around. We're going to find out. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.